Hey everyone, it's Old Surf Dad, and today I'm going to explain the World Surf League's new integrated 3-tier tour format for the 2022 season in less than 5 minutes. Let's go. So here it is, the 3-tiered tour. We have the Regional Qualifying Series, or QS, the Challenger Series, or CS, and the World Championship Tour, or CT. They're calling it integrated because each tier leads into the next, and the schedules have been strategically combined. We'll get to more of that in a minute, but first, let's look at each tier individually, starting with the Regional Qualifying Series. So the new QS is regionally based, and the WSL has created 7 different regions, which are Africa, Asia, Australia, Oceania, Europe, then Hawaii and Tahiti with their own region, and North and South America. Now surfers no longer have the financial burden of traveling all over the world when they're starting their careers. They will compete in their specific region, and those at the top will qualify for the next tier, which is the Challenger Series. The Challenger Series is the second tier in the new WSL system. The WSL is calling it the launch pad to the Elite Championship Tour. 96 men and 64 women from the regional QS will compete for 12 men's and 6 women's coveted spots in the World Championship Tour. In other words, about 10% of those in the Challenger Series will make it onto the CT. The Challenger Series has an impressive schedule in 2022, starting in Snapper Rocks and ending in Haleiwa. The CS calendar is scheduled to complement or dovetail with the World Championship Tour for those that fall off at the mid-season cut, which we'll talk about more in a moment. Unlike the old QS, I see the Challenger Series as a more watchable tour. The surfing talent is at a higher level, the locations are better, and the drama that unfolds for those trying to qualify make the experience more enjoyable and immersive. Now, I watched the first 2021 CS in the pandemic-shortened season, and I have to admit it was pretty darn cool. So if they get good viewership numbers, I could see sponsors becoming more involved at the CS level and sponsoring surfers so that they had the prospect of making a living in this semi-pro league. All right, let's look at the best of the best, the CT, the World Championship Tour. So this is it, the Elite Championship Tour, where champions are crowned. The new CT truly looks like a dream tour. There are 10 events with some new locations, including the formidable Sunset Beach and the legendary lefts at G-Land. So let's talk about the mid-year cut. After the Margaret River event in West Oz, the field will be cut down by a third to 22 men and 11 women. Those that don't make the cut can qualify through the CS for the following season. In the past, if you fell off the tour, it would take you a whole year to requalify, going back to the WQS grind. This is huge for the surfers on tour because they can quickly requalify through the CS. As fans, we get to see better surfing and better surfers in their prime. So let's look at the schedules again. See how the mid-season cut is May 4th after Margaret River, and the start of the Challenger Series is May 7th at Snapper Rocks. That's what is meant by integrated. The calendars coexist, and I think it's genius. Big props to the WSL for creating this format. So for those 22 men and 10 women that make the cut, they will surf the rest of the 2022 season and be guaranteed a spot in 2023 until the next mid-season cut, and so on. By the way, there will be 2 men's wild cards and 1 women's wild card for each event. Something else that's definitely worth mentioning is that the men's and women's schedules are exactly the same. They will surf the same waves at all the events on both the Championship and Challenger Series level. Now, last year the WSL held its very first WSL Finals, and this year will be no different. Now, the venue for the WSL Finals has not been announced, but it will be in January, I believe at a WSL awards ceremony. Any guesses? What's a spot you'd like to see? Now remember, it's going to be in September. I would love to see Barra come back, or even better, a roving Mentawai boat trip. So tell me what you think. What does your dream tour finals look like? Let me know in the comments below. So there it is, the World Tour for 2022. Pretty good stuff right there. I hope the WSL is ready for all this. Can you imagine doing the stats for everyone qualifying for each tier? Can you imagine the logistics of all these tour locations, especially with COVID lingering around? I hope you're ready, WSL, because I know I am. This looks like a really great tour. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. If you got something out of this video, please like and subscribe. I have more videos coming about the 2022 season. You can also join our fantasy league. Just go to oldsurfdad.com and check it out there. See you on the next one.